All right, YouTube. So I think a lot of Americans are wondering, what's taking so long with the wall. And, I'm one of those people. I'm thinking that the wall is going to cost 25 billion, which is obviously a lot of money, but look at this. If you compare it to the military spending, I believe it's up to like 997 billion at this point. So it's a little over a 1/40th, I believe, of the military budget that could be used to build the wall. Now, I was hearing, back, I think it was in April or March when the omnibus spending bill was passed. They were saying how the military got a big old budget increase, and they were saying how Trump hid some wall funding in that bill. So I'd be very surprised to see what the status of that is and whether that was true or not. So I think the wall should be built. I think that I think universally it's a very likable idea. I even think that some people on the left would even agree that having some type of border security would be very valuable, because a lot of liberals, or a lot of people on the left, that is, they like the idea of mass migration or immigration or whatever because it makes them look good. They're like, well, I'm very worldly, I'm very accepting of other races and other cultures. But as soon as the problem comes to their neighborhood, then they're like, well, I'm not really too sure this is a good idea. So they say, well, maybe the wall isn't such a bad idea, which is why build the wall was one of the things that got Trump elected, because they look at it like, well, this is a good thing. He wants to increase the security of our country, which is, I would say, universally accepted. I do think that there's the elite ruling class that's like, well, we really don't want borders because we want to keep cheap labor and democratic votes essentially coming in. That really seems to be the case, to be honest. So I just think it'd be a good idea, honestly. And beyond that, like, building the wall, while it's a good idea and while it should be done, is not going to solve all of our immigration problems. We need to basically get rid of the visa lottery, the basically chain migration, even though they're saying, Melania used it. But the difference is that Melania brought her parents in. These people, they bring in, folks that are related to MS-13. So there's a big difference there, Maybe just tightening up the rules regarding chain migration, And look, I think that guy that killed Kate Steinle, he got deported like up to a dozen times, and yeah, that's bullshit. That dude should either be in Mexican prison or wherever the fuck he came from, or somewhere else. Like, he should not be our problem. And that was another point, like, some governments down there in Central and South America are very lenient towards people leaving their country, because they say, well, they're gonna flood into the United States, and basically they're either going to be arrested and put into their prisons, or become part of their labor force. Which both things are very bad. Don't get me wrong. So, there's definitely a lot of truth behind that. They're sending them so they can basically be in our prison, which, if I'm not mistaken, prisoners are a form of cheap labor, and I think they're even profiting off you in a lot of ways. All right, that's a pretty good take. I'm going to end it on that. Not much else to say here, but God bless. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later.